Smoky Green Skull Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi everybody! In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do these nails, which I am so in love with, and they look so cool, and every time I look at them I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They are kind of a smoky looking skull and some drips. Very much so inspired by the apple from Snow White, the poison apple, with the poison dripping off of it that kind of turns into a skull. That was definitely my basis behind this. It looks fantastic. It's definitely very Halloween, but you could take the design, and if you're doing like a Snow White set, you could switch it out, so it wouldn't have to be for Halloween. The drips are glow in the dark, which is fun, and they glow so well. I was looking at them last night when I was feeding somebody in the middle of the night, so we were checking those out, weren't we? Yeah, you talking? Good job. And so I just love them. I'm also going to be showing you the background color, which is gorgeous. That's from Laguna Moon, and some top coat and base coat that they have. And I'll put links to that in the description box below, so check that out. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So here are those top, base, and that color coat that I mentioned from Laguna Moon. And so first I'm just going to open it up. Just in case anybody's wondering, I am using a gel tool for that. I have so much trouble opening these pesky packages that I have tweezers and all sorts of assistance for me, and that little tool actually came in very handy. So there's just a little wrapper on there, otherwise they're in a nice little box. The one thing I would have to say about Laguna Moon just in general is that they have really nice packaging. Like, just if you were to do a gift for somebody, the packaging always just looks really nice, and like there's matte and shiny parts on it, and it just looks really pretty and presentable and really gift worthy. Their gift sets that they have actually are just perfect for that. So here's that purple color. It is a gorgeous shimmery, kind of like a pearl color, a dark nice purple. And then here's the top coat. The brushes are really nice from Laguna Moon. They apply the product really evenly, which is really good. So I'm going to start by applying 2 coats of that purple color across all of my nails. So there's the first coat. After it's cured, apply the second coat, cure it again, and then I'm going to be applying a matte gel top coat and curing that. After that's done, on my ring and my thumbnail, I'm going to be doing my little Smokey Skull. So I'm taking a very bright green paint, and I'm going to be doing this. When you're doing this, take little bits of paint on your brush at a time and build up the color. So I kind of want to compare this to eyeshadow, because it's obviously it's a liquid, not a powder, so that's a different concept. But when you're applying eyeshadow, you build up the color. So you don't just start out with the darkest color you plan to use. You start out with a lighter color, and you just kind of build and build until you reach the level that you are going for. Same exact concept here. So you don't want to start out with just full strength green and expect that that's going to work for you and get you that nice smoky, foggy appearance. You want to start out with slightly diluted green, or just a little bit of green and a wet brush, and just sort of blend it in. So like I said, so there's actually the first bit that you see that I use, it's full strength green, because I knew that right around the nose area is going to be a brighter area. And then after I even applied that, I went through and I blended that out with a clean wet brush. So you just kind of keep going through it and blending the color out, applying a little bit, blending it, apply, blend, so on and so forth. And as you're doing this, you're going to see that you're going to end up kind of like with some purple showing through your green. It might look a little bit streaky. It might, it's not going to look, I guess you're not really going for it to look flawless and smooth. You want it to have that kind of smoky, corroded look to it. Then with diluted black, I'm going to be shadowing around the eye sockets. That really does help bump them out. A little bit of shadowing on the brow bone. And then you're also going to want to shadow or pretty much fill in the nasal cavity with full strength black, just because it's such a small space to shadow it in would not go very well unless you were painting a much bigger nail. Then with full strength white paint, I'm going to be adding my little teeth right there, just like that, with little teeny tiny pulls of the brush. And then going back with some more of that green, touch up and add some more here and there. The great thing with this is that because it is a buildable application, you can jump back and forth between colors. You can go black, green if you'd like, and just sort of bring out the highlights in certain areas that you want. I also had a little bit of a black shadow around the teeth. And then I also took some of that black and I pulled it up from the teeth right there in that jaw area. And then I took and I shadowed around the skull on the sides, just to make it kind of pop out some. So keep adding your green, and then once you are finished and you're happy with the entire appearance of your skull, once he's nice and exactly how you want him, apply a layer of that top coat from Laguna Moon and you are all done. Then on the other nails, I'm going to start with that green. As you can see, it is a very bright color when it's used full strength, and be applying my drips just like so. I'm going to connect them at the top of the nail, at the cuticle, and just sort of round off those areas and fill in so that it's a nice finished edge at the top. This drip nails in general have been super popular this year for Halloween. I've seen them all over the place, and I didn't want to do the classic red on myself. I don't know why that is exactly, so I decided to go with kind of a toxic looking green. So then I'm going to be mixing some of that top coat along with some glitter, so just a clear or a white glitter, it works perfectly fine, and then some clear glow in the dark powder. So take that and mix that up. Normally I would suggest using something like a palette knife or a toothpick, but I'm kind of lazy and didn't feel like getting up, so I'm just using my brush, that works too. But then I'm going to take that wonderful little glowy glittery mix and I'm going to be applying it over my drips. And I applied it with a pretty heavy hand, so it is pretty thick. That being said, you probably want to cure each nail after you're done so the gel does not run. But otherwise, that gives it a slight 3D appearance and it gives it a slight texture, which I absolutely love. I love feeling the texture on my nails. And then it glows in the dark, which is awesome. I absolutely love the way these turned out. As I said, that Smokey Skull is one of my absolute favorite Halloween designs I've ever painted on myself. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And don't forget to share recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I'd love to see them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!